Hello and welcome to Berea Online Live. I'm your host, Chad Hembree, and we have a real special show here where we've got two of our, both re-elected, but one newly re-elected for Berea City Council. We have Vi Farmer and Howard Baker. Thank you both for being on here.
Thanks for asking me to come.
Yes, thank you for inviting us.
We are inviting all of the council members on. And some of it have been here. Most of them have been one at a time, so you actually you get to bounce things off each other a little bit.
That's good.
Want you to share kind of what your vision is for the next couple of years and give you an opportunity to thank the voters.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll start with you, Vi.
Okay, I would like to thank the voters and my supporters and the people of the Berea community for their interest and their enthusiasm and their votes during the last election. I do pledge my time and my energy and my enthusiasm and my efforts to making Berea even better. I happen to think it's just the best place in the world to live. So I've got a passion for this town, and I do have some ideas and things that we're currently working on, and hopefully things that is in the hopper for the future. Of course, everybody's well aware of the Prospect Street project. It's a terrible mess right now, and I'm one of the people that has to circumvent that every day. But it's going to be wonderful when it's finished. And several people have asked about that, about the timeline. If it's okay, can I share that?
Go ahead.
They're going to work till the end of this year. They're going to try to get, they're working on the bridge, which is a real safety thing, and starting on the sidewalk going down the left side of Prospect. They're going to work till the end of the year, and then if the weather, of course, turns bad as expected, then they will stop until March or April, depending on the weather, and it should be all finished by August. And that sounds like a long time, but it's still going to be open, one lane most of the time. And even when they're not working during this winter season, it'll still be open one lane. I mean, both lanes will be open and the bridge will be one lane. At least that's what they are anticipating. So.
Well, anytime you have to winter a construction project, it's going to take a little time.
It takes a little time, it does. But I think they're making really good progress, and I think it's going to be wonderful when it's finished. There'll be a sidewalk on one side, and there's a 10-foot shared use path on the other side, which will be a real plus. And the bridge will be much wider, and it will have pedestrian crossings on each side. So that's makes it much safer. I've seen so many near misses there. This has been a long time project of mine, and I'm glad to see it's finally happening.
Well, great. Okay, Howard.
That's good. I'm glad to share this opportunity with Vi. We're both team players and have played on the city's team for many years, and I'm very appreciative to the voters for giving me the opportunity to serve again. And I thought a couple of years ago that I might not try to come back again, but once you get it in your blood and you get this town in your blood, you want to keep trying to make the improvements that you can. And I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate so many people running for office, including you, Chad, and I hope this is only a beginning for you.
Well, thank you.
It just means I think that people are wanting to serve and eager to serve. Wouldn't it be sad if we only had 5 people running for 8 spots? And I think many years ago we did have that. So one of the things that I'd like to see us work on in the next 2 years just is going to a district system for council people. I believe that we need to divide Berea into segments just to give more fair representation. I know west of the railroad tracks, I'm the only person in the last 15 years at least that ran and that has a seat on it. You know, the rest is east of the tracks, and that's fine. But I think we need to just open our eyes a little bit and maybe spread that horizon a little bit for to give more opportunities for people. And that could be done many ways, and it's just the talking point right now that I'd like to see us work on in the years to come, because Berea's not getting any smaller. So we need to look at that as far as the future of the city. And a couple of the ideas that I had, I'd like to go back about 3 years ago when we had to raise the taxes that we did to make sure we could make payroll here and keep policemen and firemen on the streets and keep our infrastructure up. I think we need to go back and review a couple items. There's one item on the restaurant tax I think we need to look at, and that's the fact of the restaurant tax being applied on deli foods. Cakes, a pound of ham or bologna at Walmart, you pay the restaurant tax, and I don't think that was our intent when we looked at that. And the insurance tax as well. There's been some information that it was a 6.9% tax, and that wasn't our intent either. Mm-hmm. We said 6%, so we need to find out, make sure that the insurance companies aren't charging a fee to get that. And those are just things I heard during the campaign, and I have no idea whether they actually are charging that, but we'll find out. But
well, we are covering the meetings on Berea Online, and you're welcome to come back and talk to us anytime you have updates that you want to get the word out. It seems it's so easy for misinformation to
it is.
to
It
run
really
out
is.
there, isn't it?
It really is.
And you had an especially hard time because here you were representing Berea in Japan during the campaign, right? So,
Yes, that is true. And then and I had some health issues when I got home. Well, I had surgery 10 days before I left for Japan, and then I came home and I had some health issues that landed me in the hospital for 5 days. So, but the show must go on, so we just kept things rolling, and thanks to advertising and whatever. And I guess I always think that my former students helped elect me because I taught for 29 years, and I said, those kids, I feel like that they would support me and vote for me, the ones that are still here.
well, one thing I talked about during the election is that one of the primary responsibilities of council is to be a good steward of the tax money of,
Yes,
of the
it
people
is.
in this area. And
Absolutely.
maintenance. You have to maintain what we have.
Exactly.
But what's funny about that is no councilman's ever remembered for the great maintenance they did during
No.
their term. So.
No,
It's
but
really
that is a big part of it, as Howard knows. I mean, that's a huge chunk of the budget to maintain. You know, you're talking vehicles, you're talking buildings, you're talking, of course, the infrastructure of the city. I mean, all of that, and that's not, you build a new road, and that shows, but when you resurface one, that's not too noticeable. But,
in an industry a lot in, private sector, when there are economic crunches, a lot of times the maintenance does go by the wayside, and things like the pool, if we let the pool go, I can only imagine what a new pump house would cost. And things like that. And I think as we progress with our utilities, we need to look at perhaps blocks at a time of redoing the infrastructure. The old water lines, some of them are from the 40s and 50s, and
it's true.
we just have to stay on top of that. And you really have to hope that people will focus on that part of our expenses, as well as what we have to do every day to meet the needs of what we have here for 15,000 people.
And that's true. And right now, I know that the utility company is working in the Roselawn, Dixie Park area. Right. The Dixie Park is one of the oldest, I guess it is the oldest subdivision in town. And the lines, the water lines, and the electric transformers and whatever are old. But they're working at trying to replace some of that and get that up to speed. I know because they've had a lot of outages down there, and that happens in other sections of town. I just know that that's one area that they're working on right now, trying to get.
Yeah, another big issue is drainage, in Berea. As we all know from this past year.
Well, that's going to haunt you the next 2 years. You're
It
right.
is. We're really going to have to take a look at it. We don't want to
And that's
outrun
a
our
big
headlights.
ticket item. It's a big
Don't want to
ticket
outrun our
item.
headlights. We want to plan it slowly enough that not slowly, but carefully enough that what we do over here doesn't affect Vi over here in a negative way. Many years ago, we had a drainage plan, and we used it in planning and zoning. It was a master drain plan, but those things have to be updated all the time. It's a fluid document, So,
Well, let's hope we don't have another 100-year flood to wake
At least
everybody up again.
two in one summer.
the first one on,
That's true.
on planning and zoning, gosh, in '89 or '90, I guess, and I first heard that 100-year flood, and I didn't want to ask a dumb question. I didn't know what it meant, so I waited around a while till the meeting was over. I said, "What do you mean by that?" And of course that means only supposedly happens only once every 100 years or 25 years. So you have all those plans along, but we hope it's a long time before it happens again. I hope
Yes.
that we're better prepared looking forward.
Well, it's been a pleasure having both of you on here.
Well, thank you.
And we
Thank
will
you.
support you as the leaders of our community, and we look forward to all the good things that you can do for us.
Well, thank you very much. I do hope there's one project that we worked on before, and it's sort of in the stagnant. I guess, and that's our senior citizens.
The Intergenerational Center? Or?
No, the assisted living facility for.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really think that's a need that Berea has. Now, if you have to, you get to the stage where you can't maintain your own home, you have to go to Richmond or somewhere to get into an assisted living facility. I'd really like to see that happen in Berea, and maybe when the economy picks up, and hopefully that's going to happen. I know it's already started with our industries. Our industries have really had a recent pickup, and things are looking really good right now for that.
Well, what I've been following, it's going to be a trickle down. It'll be a
Yeah.
while before the average family
yeah.
starts seeing it. But
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right, it's got to start at the top.
It has to
And what
start.
General Motors doing their big release tomorrow, I think
I
it
think
is,
so.
right? Their big stock release.
Yeah.
Yep.
And their 25-cent shares have now go up to about 30. So that's good for someone.
That's good
Yeah.
if you got.
It is good for someone, again, I'm excited. I appreciate this opportunity here. I look forward to the city moving and progressing ahead and what we can offer online. Right now we're pretty limited. I think any permit that you need or a yard sale permit should be done online and that sort of thing. And hopefully we can move along those lines in the coming years. But it's an exciting time in Berea right now. I really believe that, and I believe we're going to be seeing some more jobs in the future. NACO's talking about 400. We're getting Tractor Supply. Those things all
That's a
add
real
up to jobs for
plus
somebody.
to have, and I hope we can get some other,
we,
not only industries but commercial
Or
businesses
retail,
too. That
we've been very blessed with, I think, with our being able to maintain the standards here that people expect the city to provide and should expect that. So, and
Well,
I
it's been
appreciate
great
it.
having you on here. And
Thank
of course,
you.
we'll have you back as things
Thank you.
come
Be
up
good.
throughout the next couple of years.
anytime.
And,
to.
and share with us, because sometimes we just need someone to talk it out. What's going on exactly? What does this mean for me?
That's one
Exactly.
way
Yeah.
of
That's
dispelling
great.
some of the rumors that can get started,
That's
and sometimes just set the record straight. So I'll be glad to come anytime, and I'm
And
sure
I'm glad
Howard
this
would.
worked out that we could do this together.
Well, I want to thank Vi Farmer and Howard Baker for being on here, as they'll be serving Berea on the council for the next 2 years. This has been Berea Online Live. You can find us at BreaOnline.com anytime. We'll be back with another episode soon.